with Eric Ten Hag's press conference coming up in the next 2 hours from now, I think we are obviously obliged to let you know that the new United board to revive the club has been set, and we're obviously going to let you know who is part of the board and who is part of the decisions that are going to be taken at the club of Man United. To bring you up to speed, we all knew that yesterday that was when the board of Man United was going to sit, obviously approve or vote onto the 25% of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but that never really went on as planned because lots of legal issues are supposed to obviously be settled in between the Glazers, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and the minority shareholders of the club of Manchester United. Welcome to the United Matters channel. It's a Friday. The Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum and Juma Karim. And the atheists, it's your decision. And no one will obviously come out and obviously say that you are really bad. But it's good to see to it that you're still alive and the person you believe in is keeping you alive. But among us all, it's God that created us, and it's Him that keeps us through all the bad times. Not so? Now, we are also going to talk about Qataris no return, because there are rumors circulating around, bubbling around Old Trafford that maybe if Sheikh Jassim if Sir Jim Ratcliffe fails out to reach what we call a common ground with the Glazers, then things won't go on as planned, and Sheikh Jassim Al Thani will come in through and obviously take it back. But it looks like he has gone ahead to obviously go for good, and it's not good for those who really wanted a full sale. Now, Mike Egan yesterday, he's the man who was so much close to the deal, and he's a sports news correspondent for the Mail. He has told us that Joel Glazer is expected to sit on a 3-man football committee following Sir Jim Ratcliffe's purchase of 25% stake. Then, Times came in through and said, Joel Glazer is expected to remain involved at the sporting level once Sir Jim Ratcliffe's stake has been ratified. He will be part of the football committee comprising of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir David Brassfold. That is it. Then they added and said, sources said it was ridiculous to think that the Glazers would relinquish all the control when they retain a majority stake, when they retain a majority share in the club, and Joel currently operates alongside his brother Avram Glazer as co-chairman for the club of Manchester United. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be having two people, him plus Bracefold, and then Joel Glazer is obviously going to come in through and obviously take part of this. And when I hear all this, what comes to my mind is the Glazers might be really wanting a way to obviously see to it that these demonstrations, riots at Old Trafford really stop, and the wrath of fans really come to an end, all and pause, as they obviously find out the next big thing for the club of Manchester United. Remember, the Glazers having 44% of the share left after selling 25% to Sir Jim Ratcliffe will put them into a position of, I think, weakness a little bit, because if Sir Jim Ratcliffe can convince the 31% shareholders to sell him their shares and adds them to 25, he can be owning 56% of the club. That is it. So I don't see the Glazers going in for those shares. So the Glazers are now in a position of weakness, because this time around they're going to have to admit that we are obviously going to allow Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his other colleague from Ineos make decisions for the club of Man United, though they need to be having another person, that is Joe Glazer. And all I want to see is that United really gets what we call a good football project, being run as a professional football team, having good people that really have the knowledge about it. And as I told you when I broke the news that Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going to hit to take over the club of Man United, 25% is going to be sold to him, and 3 years later, a complete sale will be made to him. I told you that there is no reason to rant. A decision has been taken, and there is no turning back. You know, a decision has been taken, and we should accept what is going to hit to come in through, because there is no influence you're obviously going to do over this. I've seen people making empty Old Trafford. We cannot empty Old Trafford. I told you that the club of Manchester United gates times 3 the number of season ticket bookings. You know, United capacity is like 76,000 people at Old Trafford. But when you are told how many people put in their requests, you know, booking for the season ticket, they're like 200,000 people plus. And minus those, there are those who don't want to get a season ticket but want to be or to get an experience at Old Trafford for just once in a lifetime. And they plan those as dates, marriage proposals, birthday surprises, birthday gifts, you know. So you cannot empty Old Trafford, because there are millions and millions of people who are really willing to come in through and obviously watch a game at Old Trafford. So that is really hard for us to do, because there are millions of people who can do that. So they are trying to obviously get these fans calm down. And we have to accept this, and that's why we're discussing Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in through to obviously take over the club, footballing decisions, but Joel Glazer has been put onto that committee. I will understand why he's there, but I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a very good businessman, and if at all he gets it right when it comes to recruiting the right football people at the club of Man United, then everything is going to go on well. That is it. Because business-wise, he's good. He's running a business, Ineos, that has gone ahead to accumulate close to £80 billion of net worth. So, for the Glazers, none of them has even £1 billion of net worth. That is the Glazers. So, it shows you exactly that they are not getting to where they deserve to be. And it's really one of those things that gives us a chance to see to it that we will see the Glazers maybe one day, one time, will leave the club of Man United. But the new board has a lot to go into. That is it. They have to investigate in what this wage bill of Man United is all about. It's really huge, and we need to find a solution of really reducing that wage bill. We have to flow it down. It has to move south, not north, because the way we purchase players and give them ridiculous wages. Look at Jadon Sancho. He was at Borussia Dortmund earning 60, 70,000, and we multiplied his wage by 5. Anthony, we multiplied his wage by 10. You know, who in the world does that? So it's been one of those things that we need to rectify at the club of Man United. And before we obviously go into the January transfer window, these things need to be rectified and see to it that we really get in what we deserve to get at the club of Manchester United. But this new board is expected to revive the club of Man United, because it has been long overdue with us missing out on some good opportunities. You know, we give every person a benefit of doubt. Let's give Sir Jim Ratcliffe a benefit of doubt. I know for my case, I wanted the Qataris to take over, but it's obviously not happening the way we wanted it to happen. So we hand it over to them and see how they're obviously going to run the club of Manchester United. Now, there's been a rumor that maybe Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani will make a U-turn and maybe try to see to it that he goes and increases his bid. But sources close to the bid team of Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's main rival, who dramatically withdrew his offer for 100% of Man United over the weekend, say there is zero chance that he will return to the table. Now, people have been anticipating that maybe the man will return on the table, obviously to it that he obviously takes us to where we deserve to be as a club of Man United, but it's confirmed This man is not gonna return. This man is not gonna return. You get? He's not gonna return. That is it. So that really shows us that if we're gonna hate to miss out maybe on a golden opportunity, but it will depend on how Sir Jim Ratcliffe obviously runs the club. If at all he goes ahead and runs us very well and obviously takes us back to where we're supposed to be, and then the Glazers are flushed out 100% of the club of Manchester United, that will be a huge positive that will be celebrating in here. But if it goes the other way, then we'll all be regretting about his past. So let's first give Sir Jim Ratcliffe a chance. That's what I tell you, because that's the only thing we can do. Even if we rant about the Qataris, they are not gonna be here. Let's give Sir Jim Ratcliffe a chance and see how he revives the club of Man United and how everything is going to be rectified in the right way. So your thoughts onto the new board to revive the club of Man United are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Qataris no turning back? So guys, I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. The Muslims, Juma Karim. I'm returning with a live video. Eric Ten Hag's presser ahead of the game of Sheffield that's going to be played tomorrow at the, what's the name of the stadium? I've forgotten it. Is it Subville something in UK, England? I'm out.